Today I'll be rating scientists on a tier list, S tier to F tier. The scale is the highest is S tier, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. F is the bottom, but S is like, oh, I don't know how many will be on an F tier, to be honest, because these are some of the greatest. Number one that I wanted to rate was Oppenheimer. That one is tough because he did so much for in terms of like the nuclear bomb, even before with creating modern physics in Berkeley's in the United States. He brought particle physics into the US and he grew that concept of quantum mechanics and all those studies that they were doing. So according to me, this one is tough. But B tier. The second one, Richard Dawkins. So this is a popular scientist. I think is a science communicator. He popularized evolution. But I have a problem with Richard Dawkins. He likes debating creationist or religious people because I think you can be religious and scientific and you can be separate, and those things don't really need to mesh. So when he's trying to combine evolution and the Bible and saying that creationist people or religious people are stupid, I find that a problem. So Richard Dawkins, for popularizing science, what he did is amazing. He's one of my heroes. He's someone that I grew up seeing in the television. So for that, C tier. I was going to be lower. If I didn't watch him growing up, I was going to be lower because I think he likes belittling. Is that the correct term? Belittling people. Okay, so this scientist has become more popular nowadays because of his visitation to the Joe Rogan podcast, Eric Weinstein. Based on his work, what he's doing with Thiel Capital, I don't know what's going on that side, on the financial side and everything. I know just from his academic work, geometric unity, which I think is a beautiful theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but I wonder how many scientists are actually pursuing that particular theory to test it if it's true, if it's better than string theory. For that, I enjoy what he's doing. I enjoy his thought process into creating this particular theory. I enjoy how he communicates to regular people and how he's open-minded to other things like conspiracies. Sometimes conspiracies can be true, and we've seen with 2024. So Eric Weinstein, the only problem I have with him,
masculinity. I have to be very careful as I ask, because they certainly respond more than they're supposed to according to modern rules of femininity.
Correct.
But my guess is that it's greatly decreased from the market for masculinity in the 60s.
That's my only problem. I mean, what does he know about modern women and all that? I get it though, but Eric Weinstein, for his communication, for his brilliance, let's just say that, a CT. And Carl Sagan, everyone knows Carl Sagan. This is the OG science popularizer. So he popularized science more than anyone. I mean, Cosmos, the original series, was the first documentary I think I ever watched on science and about the universe, and it got me hooked. He wrote Contact. If you don't know what Contact is, go watch that movie. Might be one of the greatest movies ever. And he wrote that book, and I think he produced the movie or whatever. So Carl Sagan, for everything that he did for the space program and after popularizing science, A tier. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, they both did Cosmos. But in terms of me, because the Cosmos that Neil deGrasse Tyson did had more visuals, was more interactive. I think it's better than the first one. I know there's nostalgia to it, but that Cosmos is amazing. And of course, he dismantled. Is that even a word? He dismantled Pluto. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, and being a childhood hero of mine, and for a lot of people that we saw him and thought, we can't be scientists. We can actually pursue this. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, A tier. For science communication and being in a lot of movies. Not that I don't like Dawn of Justice, so it's in a regular show. And regular show is fine. Now these are heavy hitters. James Clerk Maxwell. I mean, if I can just list off a few things that he did: Satan's rings, magnetism, creating the first ever picture colored picture, let's just say that. I mean, these are just a few things that he did, but he's so awesome. And if you haven't read his book about motion and matter, it's so amazing. Like, just as an introduction to classical mechanics, you just enjoy how he writes, you just enjoy how easy it is to read his particular work. He's not even a common person that you can relate to. He's from a richer class, like a higher class, but he knows how to lower himself, humble himself to us who are low class, right? So James Clerk Maxwell. S-ranked, my guy. S-ranked adventure, if it was anime. Level 99. Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday is immediately before James Clerk Maxwell. James Clerk Maxwell actually carried on what Michael Faraday was doing, and they became friends. I mean, this is someone really from the bottom, just a bookbinder, just curious, going to the library and doing experiments to actually discover more about our universe, a curious human being. When I think about Michael Faraday, I think that these are the particular types of human beings that we needed to survive. People that just had that hard work drive, that drive to find out more and be curious and be naturally talented. Doesn't know any mathematics, but look at what he accomplished. So Michael Faraday, S tier. So these are just S tier people. Charles Darwin. You know Charles Darwin?
Darwinism.
Yeah, he created the theory of evolution that everyone knows and everyone agrees with. That's the number one debated theory ever. I mean, I was in a biology class once and someone asked the teacher when they were teaching evolution, and they stopped the class like, do you believe in evolution? This is an actual question that a student asked about the theory of evolution, and the teacher said no. The teacher said they don't believe in evolution. I think Charles Darwin doesn't know how to market his theories. He didn't know how to market them, to tell people like, oh, this is what exactly I'm working on. How can it be simpler for people who don't understand any biology or any science? Like a regular person, if I can explain it as simple as I can on what evolution is, it would have been higher on the list. But for not being able to popularize evolution as he should have, A tier. But it's an S tier for real. But like, it's as close as it gets to S tier. It's just getting there because his work is amazing. The next guy, Einstein. I mean, how do you even like explain to someone who Einstein is? Where do you rank him in these incredible people that I've listed? Of course, some of them are modern. You haven't really read their studies or what they do in academics. But Einstein, everyone knows his theories: theory of relativity, special relativity, E equals to mc squared. You can explain this to a 2-year-old. You can explain this to someone who's never done physics before, who's never been in a science class, and they'll get it and they'll be like, that sounds interesting. So Albert Einstein, S tier. This is not really a deep dive because I can't go through everything Einstein did. I mean, like proving the existence of molecules or whatever. Isaac Newton. Okay, let me because I've never seen a documentary or anyone in the space of educational content. Whenever they talk about Isaac Newton, they never talk about the bad stuff. They always talk about the good, what Newton did, his discoveries. I think we should be focusing on that. But for now, let's just like look at what he did outside. This was a person who invested in the slave trade and lost all his money. I mean, if that's not karma, so I'm telling you, you shouldn't be investing in this particular business. I don't know what is. And he was well known for being a jerk. How many people know Leibniz? Do you know Leibniz?
No, man.
So Leibniz is the co-creator of calculus. So he created calculus independently from Isaac Newton, but they created it at the same time. But you don't know who Leibniz is, and you use Leibniz notations when you're doing regular calculus. But he was solely credited for calculus for so many years. He's known for hindering other people's careers to further his. I was having this argument with someone, and I hope people don't kill me for saying this, but I think Isaac Newton might be the closest person to be the most important human being to ever lived after Jesus Christ. He might be even more important than Jesus Christ because I think his methods have been taught to more people than the methods of Jesus Christ. I mean, they're awesome. They transformed the world. I'm not saying Jesus is like less than Newton or anything. I'm just saying his methods and what he discovered were awesome. I wanted to also shine a light that he wasn't like a perfect human being. He wasn't the second coming of Christ. He was just a normal, brilliant human being. So for everything, S plus tier. If this is like the first episode and I've already broken the rule, broken the scale, S plus tier, like God level, like Madara of